Mmm. 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 Welcome back to another episode of Rico Soul Italia Eats. In this episode, you'll get a glimpse of how we made this delightful Puerto Rican pernil, aka roasted pork shoulder. So let's not waste any time, let's get right into our video. I'm going to add 4 tablespoons of sea salt. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to crush it because it's very grainy, very chunky. So what we're going to do is we're just going to try to reduce this salt down just a bit. We're prepping this salt for our skin. And now we're just going to add it to our bowl. And now we'll set this to the side and use it for later. Next, we're going to slice and dice about 15 to 20 garlic cloves. Next, we'll add our diced garlic to our mortar bowl and we'll crush it just a bit. Okay, so here's our garlic. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to crush. We'll crush it down until it almost becomes like a paste. Next, we're going to add 3 tablespoons of our homemade Sofrito. A link will be left in the description box that will take you to my video on how I made this. This is the key to a flavorful pernil. Next, we mixed our Sofrito in with our garlic. Again, this concoction will be spread on the inside and the outside of the pernil. It will take the flavor profile to the moon. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to transfer this to the bowl and we'll set it to the side. This will be our wet rub, if you will. Now it's time to start working on our dry rub. We'll start with 2 tablespoons of Goya Adobo seasoning. Next, we'll add 2 tablespoons of onion powder. Next, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of granulated garlic. Next, we're going to add a tablespoon of Sazon seasoning. And we're using the Goya brand. We're going to add 1 tablespoon of sea salt. 2 tablespoons of oregano. 2 teaspoons of black pepper. And these will be our seasonings for our pernil. We'll give it a quick whisk and we'll incorporate all these ingredients together. This will be the seasonings for our pernil. Now it's time to start working on our pernil itself. Okay, so now what we're going to separate this skin from the meat. And we'll use this skin as a blanket during the cooking process. Now that we've just about removed all the skin from our pernil, we'll next give it a white vinegar bath in the sink. Okay, what we're going to do next, we're going to give the pernil a vinegar bath.
todas partes de Puerto Rico. Esta bomba yo la dedico a toda mi gente de Puerto Rico, a la familia Fontanet, allá en...
We're done giving our pernil a white vinegar bath. Now we want to get our pernil and the skin as dry as possible.
Bomba, bomba está presente, aquí lo canta mi gente. Bomba, bomba, para siempre. Baila, baila y goza, mi bomba puertorriqueña. Bomba, bomba. Bomba, bomba. Bomba, bomba. Bomba, bomba.
Looks like we've gotten it pretty dry. Now that our pernil, along with its skin, is all dried up, we'll stab our pernil and we'll use these holes to place our seasoning in. Now it's time to get our wet rub that we prepared earlier.
There's our sofrito.
Now it's time to start adding our wet rub to the outside as well as into the little holes that we created with our knife. We'll try to get as much garlic in those holes as possible.
Now we're going to add our dry ingredients.
Make sure that you season very generously. Don't be afraid to use all of the dry rub. We're now finished with our dry rub. Now it's time to wrap our pernil. Here's our wrapped pernil. Next, we'll make sure that our skin is completely dried out. Then we'll make little squares in our skin with our knife. Now we'll start to add our 4 tablespoons of sea salt that we crushed and made finer in our mortar and pestle bowl. We'll add this salt all over the skin and in its crevices. This is being done to dry out the skin so that it can become nice and crispy when finished. Now that we have our skin covered in sea salt, we'll place our skin over the top of our pernil and we'll add a bit more sea salt in the crevices.
Okay, this will get put in the fridge overnight, and then tomorrow afternoon we'll start cooking this baby for about 5 hours or so. It's about a little bit over 9 pounds, so we'll cook it for about maybe 5 hours or so. The rule of thumb is 30 to 35 minutes per pound. So this will go in the fridge overnight.
It's been a day since I last spoke with you guys. Now it's time to brush off the excess salt on our pernil. Now it's time to start unwrapping our pernil. We'll start to add some of our dry rub seasoning from the day before. And we'll add some dry rub seasoning to our skin. As well as to the bottom of our pernil. Our pernil is all seasoned up.
Here's our seasoned pernil.
Now it's time to get our pernil into this roaster and then into the oven. Our roaster is 25 years old, and so is the rack that came with it. Plus it doesn't sit all that high in our roaster, so we'll make a makeshift rack out of aluminum foil and sit our pernil on it. We'll now place our pernil inside of our roaster. We'll add just enough chicken broth to cover the bottom of our roaster. This will create steam and keep our meat nice and tender during the cooking process.
Into the oven we go.
Here's our pernil fresh out of the oven. For all of you pernil fans out there, you know exactly what that tapping noise means. It means this. Crunch, crunch. We had our pernil with my wife's wonderful rice and beans and her potato salad. And it was absolutely marvelous. So delicious. That's gonna wrap up our video. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe. Thanks for watching.